Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How
Okay,
are
we'll
you?
get started. To start, can you tell me your full name?
My name is Hannah Jung without an H at the end.
Can you spell it for me?
Yeah, Hanna, then Jun.
J. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, are you working or studying right now?
I'm working as a freelancer. I was a teacher. I taught English to kindergarten students and elementary students, but now I'm a freelancer.
Okay. Did you like your job as a teacher?
Yes, I loved it. I love kindergarten students. They're just so cute. I love their random behaviors. They're
Sure.
just everywhere.
Good. And what do you enjoy doing in your free time?
I usually go for a walk. I really love walking. I walk for like three hours. I have a puppy, so I take him outside and just walk everywhere.
What kind of puppy?
Bichon.
Bichon?
Yes, really cute.
Yeah,
He's
I
really
bet.
cute.
What is his name?
Dewey. It's like
Dewey.
Ratatouille from the movie.
That's nice. And but a few questions about your hometown. So, what is your hometown?
What is my hometown? Do you mean where I live?
Yeah, where did you grow up?
Oh, I lived in Incheon, but I went to Canada for like 6 years. So I lived there, and then I came back, and then I went to America, and then I lived there for like 4 years, and then I came back. So, my hometown is Incheon, but I was everywhere.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's still home.
Yeah.
Right? And thinking of Incheon and your hometown, what do you like about it?
I love people, so I think my hometown is near like department stores and there's a lot of people there. So I think being convenient to things that I can go and shop. Yeah.
And how about, is there anything that you dislike about it?
Not much. I like my hometown, but it's a busy city, so there's a lot of people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And now we'll talk a little bit about shopping, which you mentioned.
Yes.
So do you like shopping?
Yes, but I need to use less money.
Good. And when you are shopping, do you compare prices before you buy things?
If that product is really pretty, I just buy it. But if like it's over my amount, then I look at the price.
Okay. And is it difficult for you to make choices when you shop?
Yes, I can't choose.
Why?
Everything looks so pretty for me. I usually ask my friends or my mom, take a picture and then send them, and then ask them if it's pretty, and then I buy it. Because if I can't choose, I just stay there for a lot of time. So, yeah, I ask them usually.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And one more question. Do you think expensive products are always better than cheaper ones?
It's in the middle, I think, because expensive product, the design is similar, I think, but then what they use for the material is different, I think, if it's expensive, but the design is similar. So if I'm just wearing for a season and then I'm throwing it away, I just buy the cheaper one. Yeah.
Sure. How about for electronics or technology?
I would say yes for technology things. Yeah.
The expensive one?
Yes.
Okay, good. Very good. Okay, that's the end of part one. I'm going to move on to part two now.
Okay.
And so you'll have one question, and you have a minute to prepare, and you can make notes on this piece of paper. I can give you this pen too.
Thank you.
So we'll just set a timer. And in a minute, you can give your answer.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So you have 2 minutes now.
Yes.
And you can start when you're ready.
Okay. I have been to Edmonton in Canada. I like to visit. I can look at this paper. Right? I like to visit there again because I first went there when I was 8 years old. We first traveled with my family, and then it was really pretty. I went to the Rocky Mountain, and I looked at the city. But then my dad asked me to live there and then study some English. And then my grandparents lived there too, so I stayed there. And then I went to an elementary school and then learned some English there. I came back 3 years later, but it's like a dream that I went there, and it's been a long time, so I really miss there. I really like to visit there again. Yeah. There's a amusement park called Galaxyland. It was Galaxy Park or something like that. I really want to go there again. And then there was a really big mall called WEM, West Edmonton Mall. I can still think of that. There was a submarine inside the mall. And then in Korea, it's really small. The malls are, even though they say it's really big, the malls are really small. But I still look up the Google map and look there. So yeah, I really want to visit there again. It's my memory. Yes, that's pretty much it.
Okay. That was 1 minute and 38 seconds, which is not bad. And with that, we can move on to part 3.
Okay.
So what's the difference between the city and the countryside?
In the city, traffic is really bad, I think, but I'm talking about in Korea. Well, other countries are different, but in Korea there's a lot of people in cities. So sometimes I can't ride the subway because there's too much people in there. And then sometimes they walk around and bang on you. I really don't like that, but yeah, I think people is the most thing that they have a difference. And in countryside, I think it's nature. There's really a lot of free space, and then more nature than cities. More green and trees, yes, which I like, but I like people better.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Some people say large cities are unsuitable for older people. What do you think?
I think if they live there for a long time, it's fine. But, well, I could see that some people, not all of them, but some people are rude to old people. And then if they meet in the subway or like in the traffic, I don't see they are respecting the older people. So because of that, I think that's the only reason that I think they shouldn't live in the city area. But other than that, if they live there for a long time, I think it doesn't matter.
Okay. Good. Do you think it is possible that all of the population would move to cities sometime in the future?
I think they are already moving to cities. I have a friend who live in the countryside area and then farm, and I think it's really important for them to do that, but yeah, I think it can be possible for them to move to cities because it's not really convenient for them to live there, I think. I personally think. Yeah, because when I travel to like countryside, if you don't have a car, you can't move because the buses come so late. And yeah, the traffic is not really good. I think that's the most important thing that I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
And one more question. Do you think people in the countryside are friendlier than people in the city?
I think that one, it depends on the people, because in city, they work a lot, right? So they're more sensitive, I think. That's why, even though they're kind people like everyone else, they tend to be more sensitive. But in countryside, most of them don't work. Well, they do work, but they farm. So I think they have more free time than city people. I think that's why I think the countryside people is a little bit more kinder. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Very nice, very nice. We can end there. Okay, really nice job.
Oh, thank you.
So now we'll move on to a little bit of feedback. As you know, the IELTS test is scored on 4 categories. There's fluency and coherence, there's pronunciation, vocabulary or lexical resource, and grammar. So thinking of these 4 categories, there's 2 that stand out for you as really strong. Your fluency and your pronunciation is very good. There's really no hesitation beyond what we would expect for somebody who's thinking of what to say. And I didn't notice a single word that was pronounced in an unusual or non-standard way. So both of those are really strong. The only thing perhaps is that within fluency there's also coherence, which is sort of connective words that can help string together longer answers and connect parts of it and show the relationship. So perhaps adding some of those would help, but your fluency, the actual rate of speech, is very good, and the pronunciation. So then there's vocabulary and grammar. These are not bad. I'm not leaving them because they're bad. They're both actually quite good. Let's take vocabulary first. Mostly excellent. The only thing, as you reach sort of into the higher bands, would be to add more unusual or less common words. You can also try to add more idioms. I think you had some, but adding idioms to give a sort of natural sound to your speech. There's a little bit of room for improvement there. And there's a few small grammar things, none of them that interfere with meaning. I could understand everything that you said, which is really important. But a couple of small things, a few times articles were dropped. That's very common from a Korean first language because there are not articles in Korean, but always remembering to put an a or an or the before certain words is important. You had a lot of good use of the past tense in part 2 when you're describing experience, and that's good. A few small things around prepositions. I think as you're describing the train, you might have said people bang on you. The phrase there would be bang into you, sort of like colliding. And one error around too much and too many. I think you might have said too much people, but it would be too many people. But otherwise, honestly, really, really good. I would estimate your score around a 7.0 today, which is a very good score. And with a little bit of improvement around those areas would reach even higher. So really nicely done, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.